Hey YouTube, it's 19Bigfoot85 again. I realize it's been almost a year, and I can't believe it's been almost a year since I did a video game review. But I'm here. I'm happy to say I'm back, and I'm roaring to go for some more. I've gotten a lot more games since then. Some you may have played, some you may not have played, some you may not even own yet. But what I'm here to do, I'm here to show you these old school games and even some new ones. I'm going to show you how much fun they can be. Okay, to begin, back in the 1980s, there were no real shooting games. The only way to really play shooting games was to go into arcades, where there were some Nintendo arcade machines, if you were lucky, of games such as Duck Hunt and Wild Gunman. Wild Gunman was one of the most revered in the arcades. In the mid to late 80s, many of these games were ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System for home use, along with the use of the NES Nintendo Zapper. Everybody knows what these look like, unless you have an orange one. But anyway, I digress. We're going to get started here with a game that is called Duck Hunt. Everybody knows Duck Hunt. It's one of the light gun series of the NES game library. Has the duck flying across the screen with an explosion in front of him. The name of the game is simple. It's just Duck Hunt. You're hunting ducks on a video screen. It's got a lot of replay value. No matter how terrible you are at it, you can't stop playing it, because as the levels go by, it gets faster, and it gets a whole lot more fun. So we're gonna go ahead and pop it in the NES. We're gonna hope it's gonna work right off. So. There we go. You know how these old front loaders are, they're not too reliable. But you notice you have your three game types. It was released in 1984, again, that was in the arcades. In 85 it was released with, may have been 86 when they released the action set that actually came with this, the Zapper. But you can use your NES controller to choose your game by using the select button. Or one of the easier ways, one of the most simple ways to do it is to point at the screen, and then you can point down and it'll choose it. You hear the gun firing, and you point right at it, and it starts. That's your friend who laughs at you if you fail. But the game's simple. Aim your Zapper at the screen and fire the gun. And these sights actually work. They're actually quite accurate. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Over the years, many companies tried to copy the Zapper's success, but let's just say it didn't work. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, one company that was known for doing it, that not really known for copying, but they had their own version of the Zapper. Sega, when they released the Master System, released some of them with what they called the light phaser. It was basically a really elongated version of the Zapper. It was really long and really black, and the trigger wasn't didn't respond as well as the Zapper did, and it wasn't as accurate, even though they tried to copy the exact same mechanics. Okay, we're gonna go on to game 2. Same game, just a little tougher, because you've got two ducks on screen, and let's pause the screen and see what we got going on here. We've got the field where you're hunting your ducks, the tree and the bush that everybody knows. Down here you have your scorekeeping, your scoreboard. You have your meter of how many ducks you've hit. That's black right now because it flashes when the ducks are on the screen. This blue down here is how many you have to hit to proceed to the next level. If you miss less than that, you get a game over. Here's how many shots you have. You have 3 shots in your gun, and round 1 is the round we're on, so we're going to unpause it. Now we've got 2 ducks. Oh, and little tip, if you're ever playing this game with one of your friends and you really want to screw with him and piss him off, take the hold of the controller, and you can use the D-pad and actually control the ducks in one duck mode. That way you can really screw with him. Okay, so we got one last game. Oh, my bad. Clay shooting. You're at a shooting range. It's the same basic thing, except it's not ducks down here, it's clay discs. And it's as simple as that. You get different scores for how far away you shoot well, if you miss it, you don't get any points, which is nice. But sorry about that. But that's pretty much how the whole game goes. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Now we're going to go on to our next one, which is called Hogan's Alley. Another light gun series game. It's more of a shooting gallery type game, so you're going to see in just a second. Don't do this to me now. There we go. Okay, 3 game modes. You got Hogan's Alley A, which is like a shooting gallery type thing. Now you gotta shoot the bad guys. They're gonna come out and you gotta shoot the bad guys before the time runs out. Okay, now you're gonna see here. This is one of the most typical ones you're gonna see. The ones with the angry faces, like this ugly mug right here, he's the ones you gotta shoot. The woman and the professor, you don't shoot them. They've done nothing wrong. Although my biggest problem is I regularly confuse this for this, which is annoying. But you know, it's kind of like Duck Hunt. You got your score. Actually, that's the top score, the biggest score. This is your score. How many you've missed? I think you can miss up to 10 before you lose, and the round you're on. As time goes on, you get less time to shoot, and you can even be shot in a manner of speaking. You reset it. This is another one that was in the arcades. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. These are the gangs. The ones with guns are the ones you do not, the ones that you shoot. These are the ones you don't shoot because they're your good guys. The lady, the professor, and the cop. Although I mistake them for the other ones sometimes. So I'm going to go to Hogan's Alley B to, and it's a little different. As you can see, you're kind of like in an actual alley. And it's kind of like a police training thing. Although I wouldn't use it for actual police training because it's not that good. See? One of them got me. I've missed one. Oh, I shot the professor. Okay, now we've got time for one last one. It's called Trick Shot. Now this, to me, is one of the most fun mini games to have on a shooting game. And you're gonna see why. These oil cans are gonna come on screen that you have to shoot onto these 4 ledges. One of these 4 ledges. At a distance, you can't really hit them that well, especially because I got this camera in my way. But you can. And you have unlimited ammunition with that. You shoot it off the screen, it's gone. Well, pretty much that's it. That's all the Zapper games that I actually own for the NES. There's many more, but just not one. I don't have all of them. I'm gonna try and track Wild Gunman down because I love that game. It's it's really fun. But you know, that's all for now. That pretty much sums up the classic Zapper type games, except for Wild Gunman. Like I said, I don't have it. But you know, this has been 19 Bigfoot 85, and I'll see you later.